Good evening. It is 5:30 Eastern Time, which here in the UK is only 9:30 PM. I say only because normally on a Monday night, after a mental toughness session, which a few traders get together and discuss our mental mindfulness, mental toughness, it's usually about 11 o'clock at night, and the last thing I want to do is a trading recap. But it's only 9:30, so I'm going to crack on and do that now. So just a quick one on my screen is the ES, looking at the hourly time frame, and I'm just going to recap the levels for today and then go through and actually go through my trade. I took one trade, was a green day, decent green day. Few little things which almost could have put me on into FOMO or tilt mode, but I only took one trade and I'm pretty pleased with how I performed today. As you can see, Thursday we had this big run, big rally, and then we hit this area on Friday, which I was short. I was short there Friday and made a decent 22-hour trade. I think by the time I got out, I can't remember where I got out. It was down here, I think it was. Might have been down here, I can't remember, but it was 22-hour in total, and decent day. It took me a couple of stops to find that position at the top. I was watching this area of demand, which wasn't demand at the time. I was watching order flow to get in there. So a couple of hours taken off of that trade, so about a 20-hour trade overall. So that's a decent day on Friday, and you can see we ran down and we continued Friday's sell-off into the pre-market today. And if you watch my pre-market live video, I was watching this area of demand for potential bounce. And I was watching, in particular, 51.55, this level here, which I've drawn with a dotted line. And look how close I got, literally a few ticks away. And that's not a bad area to watch. So I'm going to go into my trade. The reason I was watching that area was for several reasons. I was looking for a bounce in this demand zone. We had a big reaction last time we got there. It's an area of confluence, so we had bottoms of candles, we had tops of candles there, bottom of a pivot there, tops there, bottoms. There was a big area of support, high volume, and you can see the volume, the point of control runs straight through that area as well. So I was kind of watching this area to do exactly what we were doing there. And we've got this trend line. This trend line goes back to October of last year, 2023. And it's been a significant area. I was originally we had it on these pivots, and in the video today I did put a trend line there as well, so we can mark that area. But I'm not too fast because it's broken that area now, and I'm now more focused on the pivots we are currently watching. Not quite. So let's go into I'll do it on the Ninja Trader, into the 5 minute, and I'll go through my trades. So that's my levels. I was watching 51.55 based on the level I was watching, and I was watching order flow. So it came in, the market opened 9:30 there. Let's get rid of that down a bit. And saw lots of topping tails, and I was a little bit tempted to go short, especially as it bounced off the VWAP 5 times actually there. But I didn't. I thought I'd just stick to my levels. And we came down 51.60 was the area, the top end of that demand zone I showed you. I'll go back into trading view. 51, where we are up here, 51.60. Here we go. So it's 51.60, top of that area there. Just kind of watching between there, and I was watching between there, but the area I was really watching was 51.55, and you can see we touched it, and that's purely because it's the area of confidence, the reasons I said why. So let's get back into here. So 51.60, came in, I took a entry, I was watching order flow, and I'll show you what I was seeing on the order flow. In fact, I've got a nice image I took. Let's open that up. I took a screenshot and I annotated it as well. So this is my reasonings and my confirmation of getting in. So first of all, we had the divergent with cumulative delta divergent, massive big buy-in, aggressive buying while the price was declining. So that's one of the reasons. That's what got me looking at that area. We was coming into an hourly level, which is 51.60 through to 51.55, and you can see from here we had very low number of buyers. You can see that's kind of gave me confirmation. This one here is one I saw. Then I saw these pointer controls in each bar, and that showed me, well, to be fair, when I took the trade I was getting in over here, and that showed me that there was a potential area of support, and we can probably draw a straight line, connect them together. They're pretty close to each other, so that's kind of where I could use as a stop area as well. So I was kind of watching that area, and my entry was on this bar here. So I went long in this bar. I think it was when it broke over that point of control. As soon as I saw that and I saw the divergence, that's basically this is my main area, the divergence down here. As soon as I saw just two buyers, that means two sellers, that means there was no real interest from sellers below that price. And we can see, obviously on hindsight it's great, because you can see we never came out of that area at all. And then that was it. So we had single digits sellers there, single digit seller there. I was long. At one point it did pull back on me, and I wasn't fussed because I was still watching single digit sellers, and that means there was mainly strength from the buyers and there's no strength from the sellers. And you can see the points of control and lots of volume in each candle. Volume, strong volume. And we got this candle in particular, we had, see these two blue, that means we had what's the word I'm looking for, a imbalance, sorry. We had a double imbalance on this candle, a double imbalance on this candle, a double imbalance on this candle, and that's just showing me strength in the buyers. If you look at the sellers, we had a double imbalance here, and then that was it. It kind of filtered out. And lastly, we had the delta. So we had red bar here, we had a green delta. So positive. That means there's more aggressive buying in this candle than the aggressive sellers. Then we had this red one, and we had a very low delta. That's minus 52, which is not much considering that volume was 3,000. Then we had another red candle with, again, only with 81, delta of 81. That's the delta for the bar. So that's still showing that there's more aggressive buying going on in that candle. So this alone, with this divergence, was all we needed. And finally, we had a big positive delta there. So that's why I knew I wanted to go long. We had a little bit of follow through as well, which is okay. Not as much as I wanted. But then you can see bigger orders down here as well. So it's accumulating a little bit. And then we had this other red candle, and I was long by that point. And not once was I worried. I saw just minus 38, so it's a very neutral imbalance, a delta as well. And if you wanted to be more conservative, this could have been an add point, the break of that candle up. We had a very small amount of sellers sitting in there as well. So overall, there was lots of things saying to go long in this trade, and not many things to go short. And if you look at the candlesticks for that area, a lot of traders and sellers will be looking at this red bar. So that's when the first imbalance came in, and I can see the delta was getting green, so that was more aggressive buyers there. With loads of aggressive buyers on this bar. But normally, if you use just volume and you use price action, maybe you'll be looking for a long on the break of that candle there, or maybe the break of that candle. And that's great because you'll come out. It's a long way to come back down. But I found my long here. That's my long entry. I had one there and one there. I just took a small stop because I left a really tight stop in place from this leg, and as soon as I got stopped out there, I added back in again because my stop was really down here. And even though I didn't have a area to put a tight stop, looking at the divergence, you can see here as well, we just had a positive divergence as well. Even on this red candle, we had a big red candle, positive divergence. That red candle, another positive divergence. and so there's no reason for me to get out, and that's the reason I got straight back into that trade. I do like to keep a stop loss at 10 ticks, 25 ticks, and 20 ticks and 25 ticks. So basically, I give myself a wider stop for the last 2 contracts. I get in with 3 here, and I have a tight stop loss for the first one, and that was just below at the low of the day. That would have been, and that's it. That was a decent trade. I took profit there. That's around about 3R, I think it was. And then it was exactly 3R actually, because when I stopped out there, I lost my 3R profit, which was there, and I put one in about there. So I moved it down and I missed the first profit target. 3R was exactly there, and then it came all the way back against me. And so I wasn't stressed, because I saw we had still positive divergence, which was great, and I saw that we had hardly any sellers at these levels, which you can see now. So I stayed in, and my stop was at 3R, so I took the target at 3R, one at 5R, and that was great. And I was targeting, I had a 10R target about here as well. And this is where, so I put an add in there, because I saw lots of aggressive buying coming in on this candle. And then I moved my stop to break even, but it took account into my add. So my break even was here. And ideally I should have just had the add should have been a stop there, and I should have kept my original stop down here. But anyway, you see it whipped me out, and then the trade continued going. It hit 10R, probably about 20, 15R. Probably could have got, yeah, about 15R in the end the trade went. So a bit annoyed, but it wasn't too bad, because obviously I took 5R from 1 and 2 contracts, It's just that final run I had left, and I didn't add. I added there, but I should have really been looking to add down here. So decent day, really good trade, really good entry. I mean, you can't get any tighter than that entry there. Almost the low of the day, just about there was where I got in, and read the market perfectly. I just should have my execution wasn't great when I got out here. A bit annoyed. I had a bit of FOMO, because what I was looking at as well was this left shoulder head, this inverse head and shoulders pattern, right shoulder. And when I got out, I even made a comment in the trade room, it looks like it's putting in a right shoulder. In fact, I said it here. And then I got whipped out there, which I was happy, I wasn't too pleased, because I could have used that as an out. And then I sat there with my finger on the buy button, thinking I might just buy there, and I didn't in the end. I just walked away. But I had a bit of FOMO, because obviously you see it worked, it broke, came out, retested, and it just kept going up. So didn't have a big range today, 58 to 89. What is that? About 70% of its ATR. Yeah, it moved $54. Not as much as it did on Friday, first day. But overall, decent trade, and I walked away at that point. I made a massive big journal entry into my journal today as well. I used TradesViz, and in there I wrote about my emotions and the fact I walked away. Even though there was some evidence, it wasn't great evidence, that it was putting in a right hand shoulder, and I was tempted to get in long there. Then I was tempted to get in long on the break and retest on the VWAP as well, which I didn't get in long. And that's where I thought, you know what, I'm walking away. So that's it. And I'm probably more grateful that I walked away, because it's good for my mindset walking away in a trade, which is harder than it would be to just get into the trade and prove myself right. I don't need to prove myself right, because I was right here. I was right here when I said head shoulder setting up, and I was right here when I said it's coming back. And in my mind, I'm happy that I was right, and I know next time these opportunities will arise again. So pretty decent day. There was one more thing I forgot to do as well on my Apex copier. I forgot to select my leader account, so only one account got this trade today, rather than all. I think I had 18 enabled, 20 enabled, can't remember, or I thought I had 18 enabled. So I think that's where the frustration got in as well. When I realised I got out there, and I thought, I'm going to check my P&L, see what I did. I was expecting to do okay, and I only saw one account had P&L, not 20 accounts. So hopefully I'll get the trade copier sorted soon as well. I think there's a little bug. Hopefully it's at my end. I can just fix it quickly. But the one thing I don't want to do every day is to log in, set my leader account on my trade copier, because it should just automatically set it himself. But anyway, pleased how it went. Happy. Tomorrow's another day. Look forward to tomorrow. How did we finish today? Bitcoin hit all new time highs, 73,000. Wow. So yeah, you can see also that trend line we was watching on the daily, or as the hourly as well. We come in and touched it as well, so it's still showing its significance. And that's it. I think tomorrow, what can we look for? Maybe we've got a few. I like it when we're not at all-time highs. We've got a few levels we can play with. We've got a couple of bounce areas. We've got a break and retest area now to play with. We've got another bounce area down here. We've got a rejection area up here as well. So got a few levels we can play with. So we'll see what the market does in the pre and post market today and tomorrow morning, and see where we are. Okay, thank you for watching, and hopefully you had a good day too. Okay, good night.